All right, Commanders fans, what is happening? By the way, do you like the name yet? Like, are you still a Redskins fan? Will you forever be the Redskins? Or are you like, no, I can dig with the Commanders? And now that there's been a great season under your belt, where you made it, oh man, always conference championship. Yep. All right. Like, we can talk about all this kind of stuff. And you're like, no, I can get behind the Commanders. What are you feeling with the name, with the uniforms? I just want to know. Hey, if you're not used to this channel, if you don't know what we do here, my name is Craig. Me and my buddy Chris, we started this channel a few years ago where we talk about NFL teams that the national media seems to ignore. It's crazy that a team in our nation's capital would be ignored, right? We're Lions fans, so we understand what that looks like. We've been ignored most of our franchise's history until the last couple of years, but that's what happens as a Commanders fan when you play in a division where you have the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Giants, even bigger markets somehow. And so, yeah, it feels like the national media does not talk about you enough or as much as they should. And so we're going to do that here. And the second you drafted Jane Daniels, we knew something special was coming. We've been doing videos on the Commanders for well over a year now. Just kind of excited to talk about it. So let's get into it. We got two things for you today. One is a second-year guy. We've spent so much time in the offseason, and now we're in that moment. It's mid to late June. We're letting the dust settle. OTAs, mini camp, all that stuff has been racked and rolled, right? Whatever that means, right? And all of that stuff has happened or almost fully happened. And now we get to start talking not just about the free agents, not just about the rookies and how they're looking and what we want to see, but we start to get looking at some of the depth pieces that could end up being really good players for you. So in this video, we're going to talk about one of those guys. And then we are going to talk about the steady Eddie proven guy that, quite frankly, I don't think we've talked enough about on this channel, which is interesting because he was traded to your team from another team that we talk about on this channel. So anyways, let's get into it. The first person that the Commanders have found that is absolutely looking up after a rough start to his career here, and by rough start, I don't mean the way he played. I mean a knee injury, and that's Jordan McGee. His rookie campaign was stopped short by injury. There was surgery. It took him a minute to get back. I don't think, I don't think he ended up playing till, late October, early November, and then they really did not rush him back at all quickly. And so I think a lot of people have kind of forgotten about him. I think you've kind of forgotten about him. But he has been a standout. All reports are saying that he has been an absolute standout over Washington's offseason program. That's something that you absolutely want to hear, that he's becoming more comfortable on the starting defense and is fully aware of what your defensive coordinator, Joe Witt Jr., is expecting. And it also says that that coordinator has been impressed himself. In fact, he talked about him, Jordan McGee, while also talking about another guy that I'm sure all of you will be happy about, and that is Bobby Wagner. So here's a quote. It says, "I'm really hopeful that he can stay healthy. He's been showing a great call command. I believe linebackers control the huddle and control the defense, and he's learning from Bobby and us how to do that." So can I ask you a question? Is there a better person to learn from? Probably not. All right, Bobby Wagner is someone that you just must love having on your team. And every year, it's like, oh, yeah, he left Seattle. He's going to L.A. His career's done. He's probably got one foot in the grave. Oh, he had a great year in L.A. That's cool. All right, well, they're not bringing him back, so they probably think he's probably doesn't have anything left. He goes to Washington. Oh, yeah, they're a rebuilding team. This was last year. I don't know about. Oh, yeah, he had another fantastic year because he's one of the best middle linebackers ever to do it. Period. Right? He's up there. He's up there with the Urlachers of the world. That is who he is. And he is on your team, and that is the guy that McGee is learning from. Remember, this was a 5th-round pick, but pick 139. I think a lot of you and I thought it was a steal when you had him. or when you drafted him in that spot. And quite frankly, you should feel like it was a steal. Now, he does it completely differently, but when you look at linebackers that have ever tested in the NFL Combine or ran at a pro day, he is at the 93rd percentile. He's the 188th most athletic linebacker out of almost 2,700 total to test. It's that simple. All right? It is that simple. The areas that he struggles a little bit are height and weight. All right? Time to add weight, no problem if they want him to. But he is elite when it comes to explosion and speed. Absolutely elite. He is a stud. All right, so the question is, do you believe that he can elevate himself? Do you believe that he can get himself to a point where he is going to be absolutely helping this team? All right, another person that I just wanted to talk about, because I wanted to do a little bit of newer with a little bit of, older but newer at the exact same time. I want to talk about Laramie Tonsel for a second. And I want to just talk about the importance of what Laramie Tonsel does for this team. Like, I really do just want to talk about what he does. And so he is one of those players, and I mean just absolutely solid player. And he completely changes the look of this offensive line. So I'm just going to zoom in here to what PFF says is your starting offensive line. And you went out, and the most important thing you can do for a quarterback is protect his blind side and, quite frankly, just have two great pass blocking tackles. So you go out and get what was one of my favorite tackles in this draft in Connerly Jr., and he is already showing that he might be ready to be your starting right tackle from day one. You don't mess around with, hey, well, let's get a right tackle. Let's put him to left tackle. Like, no. You just say, no, we're going to go out and we're going to get Laramie Tonsel. And Laramie Tonsel played some really, really good football. And when you have a guy like Jaden Daniels, we always talk about pressure up the middle and how that can mess with a quarterback. No defensive tackle is going to get pressure up the middle that Jaden Daniels is not going to be able to run around. Right? He was sacked, 46, 47 times, something like that, third or fourth most in the NFL. And with him being as slight a frame as he is, something is important to give. Now, Jaden Daniels, that dude, his mind is unbelievable. Dude has ice water running through his veins. He absolutely does. But when you know, as a quarterback, that blind side is covered, that nothing's coming from there because you have an all-time great blocking for you, my goodness, is that impressive. Laramie Tonsel is 30 years old. He's almost 31. He was a first-round selection, and he has been consistently rated as a top 20 to 25 tackle in this league. He has never been, and I don't want you to expect him to be, a left tackle who is like arguably the best left tackle in football or the best tackle in football. He's not that. That's not what he is. He is just a consistent, steady player. He is a consistent and steady player who's not going to give up a lot of sacks. Only allowed 2 last year. All right, he's not going to give up a lot of sacks. He's going to be a phenomenal run blocker. And the only thing that he struggled with last year, dude just kept getting false starts. He just kept getting false starts. So, yes, it is a phenomenal thing that you want a player like this. So when you look at him, good run blocker, great pass blocker, really excited to see over his entire year. I said he gave up 2 sacks last year. PFF is disagreeing with themselves. Here's the amount of sacks over his career that he's given up. Starting last year and going backwards. 4, 5, 1, 0, 2, 3, 2, 5, 1. All right, he has played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years in the NFL, and he has given up 23 sacks. He's given up less than 3 sacks a year. That's what you want. Wow, just rock this whole table from your blind side. Combine that with some athletic young talent. You got yourselves a good recipe. All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.